What's up, everybody? It's Zac Fischer, aka Big Z, coming at you with another YouTube video. In today's YouTube video, I'm going to talk to you about how to get started in business. I get a lot of questions sent to me in other social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, asking me, Zac, I know you've owned a lot of companies. I know you've been in business for a long time. How can I get started on that journey? So in this video, I'm going to break it down on what I did personally and what I think you can do to help you get started in business. So first, go ahead and like, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I drop new videos every single day for you guys about all kinds of topics. And if there's something that you guys would like me to talk about, drop it in the comments. Leave a comment below. Let me know how I'm doing. Even if you think I suck, let me know so I can get better. So let's break it down on how you can get started in business and what I believe is the best way to do so. Personally, I think there's really two routes that at least for me, that I feel like are, the most smart ways to go about doing it. I guess technically three, okay? So number one is if you don't know anything about business and you are just completely brand new, maybe you're just out of college, or maybe you've worked a corporate job that in an industry that you don't really enjoy and you want to get started in business, you want to start developing your mindset for that. I think a great route, and something that I did early on when I got out of college was I joined a network marketing company. Now, I know there's a lot of stigma around network marketing. I know there's a lot of, people hate on network marketing, and I understand there's a lot of amateurs in that game that put a bad rap on it, okay? But if you find a good company and you really look into companies and you look at their training platform and what are they going to be able to teach you, it's not so much about the products, guys. It's not so much about the business. I'm talking about you as an individual learning the game of business. I'm not telling you go join a network marketing company so that you can make $50,000 a month. Now, if you blow it up and you can, awesome. I have friends who make $50,000, $100,000, $150,000 a month in that game, so you can absolutely be successful. But what I'm talking about in this video is how you can learn the game of business. And so network marketing companies have a lot of great training platforms. Now, there's some that are absolutely terrible, but there's some that are very, very good. And for when I joined a network marketing company back in the day, we had training calls every day that you could join. We had meetups that you could go to throughout the week or on the weekends that you could learn things like sales, leadership, marketing, skills that you need to be able to learn in order to be good in the game of business. Networking. It's also a ton of great networking at those things. They have a lot of the live events and a lot of different things that you can go and you can be a part of that can help build that knowledge base. They're also very big on personal development, which I think is huge. I mean, obviously, if any of you guys are watching this video, then you obviously have some sort of desire to develop yourself personally and become a better individual. And so I encourage you guys to be reading books, watching YouTube videos like this, going to seminars, and being around high-level people. Whereas in network marketing, you can get all of that, and you can get a wide range of people that you're interacting with. You can have people who are brand new, just like you, all the way up to the top earners that are making millions of dollars a year. So that is route number one that I encourage you guys to look into if that's something that you're interested in. Now, if you know what industry that you are interested in joining, right? If you have an industry that you're like, man, okay, I really like solar, or I really like wholesaling real estate, or I'm very interested in, construction, or maybe you're really interested in e-commerce or something like that, right? You know what it is that you are interested in, then I encourage you, study the companies in that field and then apply to work for them. Okay, so this is option number two, where if you know where you want to go, you know what industry you're passionate about already, or you already have some sort of field that you are really into, then I encourage you, go and work for that company. Learn everything you can from that company. Learn how they operate. learn how they market, learn how they are acquiring their customers, learn, all the ins and outs of their business as far as, the different departments and the different things that they're doing to become successful in that space. And I encourage you, join a top one. Don't join one that's maybe a startup or they've been around for 2 or 3 years. Join a behemoth. Join one that's doing hundreds of millions of dollars so that you can really learn the nuances of that company, okay? Because that is how you are going to learn that business in and out and really speed up ability to grow your own company, okay? Because here's the thing. If you join a startup, let's say, let's just talk about solar for instance. Let's say you join a startup and they're doing like 10 deals a month, and it's just like the owner, a couple sales reps, maybe an operations person, and there's only a couple individuals in that company. Whereas if you join a large company that's doing hundreds of millions of dollars a year, you're gonna learn about their HR department. You're gonna learn about how they are acquiring their customers. You're gonna learn, how are they going about getting the installation done for the solar company. You're gonna learn how they're hiring their sales reps. What is their sales training? What is their operations training? How are they able to have 200 employees and keep everybody happy? I mean, there's just so many nuances that you could learn by diving into a big company like that and how they're doing things, and what are their processes, handling difficult situations or handling conflict, or there's just so many things that they're dealing with on a daily and weekly basis that the new company isn't having to deal with yet. And so what it's going to allow you to do is see such a high level and know what is actually possible, versus over here, they're doing 10 deals a month. This company is probably doing 300-400 deals a month. So it's such a large variation of business that you can actually see what's possible. Because over here, you're going to work for this company for 24 months, let's say, and then your mindset is going to be stuck on 15-20 deals a month. Whereas if you work over here for 2 years, your mindset's going to be 400, 500, 600 deals a month. So you're going to blow past this company just from the pure mindset of what to expect, what's possible, and you've been there, done that for the last 2 years. So that would be option number 2. Option number 3 is you hire the best coach you possibly can in that industry already. If you don't want to go work for a company, or maybe you're already working for a company right now, and let's say, maybe you're, late 30s to, 60, 70, whatever. Basically what I'm saying is you've already done life for a while, right? And you're like, look, I don't want to go work for anybody else. I am just ready to begin this process. And you have money, let's say you have 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, $50,000, hire the best coach there possibly is in that industry. Have him help you build your business by paying him for his time, right? Now, not everybody does this, but there are coaches out there. You just want to make sure you vet them, because there's a lot of fake gurus out there who act like they know what they're doing. I know I've paid many of them to learn certain skills, and they weren't able to teach me a lot. But then there's a lot of guys that I have paid that have taught me a tremendous amount. But also don't expect to pay a coach, one coach to learn, the whole entire game. Sometimes that's not what works. In my wholesaling, or in my real estate business, I should say, we do a lot more than just wholesaling. I've hired multitude of coaches, 3, 4, 5, 6 coaches that have taught me different pieces of the puzzle of real estate, because it's such a broad industry. There's so much to learn and so many different variations that you can go about doing, that I hire a coach for, wholesaling. I've hired a coach for creative finance. I've hired a coach for how to fix and flip, different things like that absolutely change the game for you. So that would be number 3. Okay. And so after you really decide what it is that you want to do, then I encourage you, start to document your journey. Okay. If you join a network marketing company, start to document your journey about what you're learning. I'm not saying necessarily blast all of your followers, to join you in your network marketing company. That is not going to help you in that arena. But what I'm talking about is, whether you join a network marketing company, you join an actual company in the industry you're interested in, or you hire a coach, Start documenting what you're learning and what you're doing online, okay? The new currency today is attention, okay? Back in the day, it was oil. Now it's attention. Attention is the new currency. The more eyeballs you have on your business, product, or your life in general, the more revenue you're gonna be able to bring in for your business. Let's say you decide to work for a company for 2 years, okay? And you start documenting what you're doing. And let's just say it's in solar, okay? You start documenting that you're getting deals. You start documenting, the processes that you're doing. And what I mean by documenting is you just simply make videos, you talk about it. You start a YouTube channel, then you make reels and you throw them on your Instagram and your Facebook and your Twitter and your TikTok. And you take photos of what you're doing, and you just start to bring in people into your life on what it is that you're doing. And then by the time you quit, 1 to 2 to 3 years later, when you're ready and you know that industry so well, you've already built an audience. So now when you go and you launch your company, you can say, hey guys, thank you so much for following my journey. I just decided to go full-time on XYZ. I know you guys have been watching me work with this company over here, but I am so excited to go ahead and just launch my own business. And I would love to be able to help every single one of you guys out who are interested. And you'll start getting customers off the bat because they've already been following you. They've already been falling in love with you, and they already know what it is that you're doing, and they're excited to be a part of that journey. So I encourage you, social media is such a massive piece of this puzzle. And it's something that I wish personally that I would have been started doing 5-10 years ago. I've really recently, over the past year or two, really started pumping social media, and I wish I would have done it years ago, because I could have been documenting this entire process that I've been doing and probably be 10 times further along than I am today, just by simply documenting, instead of now I'm playing it back, right? Like I'm at a certain level and now I'm talking about my come up instead of just documenting my come up with all of you guys. So I encourage you, don't be like me. Go ahead and document the journey now. I promise you, there's people who also want to join business and want to go out on their own. And if you're documenting that process, then they will follow along with you and you'll be able to encourage them to do the exact same. So let's do a quick recap, guys. Decide what industry you are most passionate about, okay? If you can come up with that first, that is going to be so crucial for you. Now, a lot of times people do ask me, Zach, how do you figure out what you're passionate about? Like, I don't know what it is that, makes my wheels turn. I've thought about that question a lot. My fiance asked me that question all the time. And, I don't know if there's necessarily a way that, I guess the way I found out what I was passionate about was I tried a lot of different things, guys. I've joined probably 3 or 4 network marketing companies, learned different products on how to launch and sell products online. I've owned trucking companies. I've owned furniture companies. I've owned, service-based companies like window cleaning and construction and real estate and solar and even online e-commerce companies. And I've just tried a lot of different things. And what I have discovered by trying all of these different things is that I'm actually really passionate about business and growing and learning the game of business. Now, I really love the game of real estate as well. I really enjoy the process of helping sellers out, buying their property, taking kind of a rundown property, turning it into a gym. And then I love the monthly cash flow that it pays me every single month. And my next step is to really go into venture capital and do, acquire businesses and help those businesses to grow. And so that's gonna be kind of my next evolution that I can see in the business world. But how I discovered my passion was that I tried a lot of different things, guys. And so sometimes that is what it takes. You wanna try different things. And a lot of times people will be like, man, I really enjoy painting, but how do you make money in painting? Well, first off, continue to paint yourself, right? And then maybe go join an art gallery. How are they selling their paintings? How are they acquiring other artists' paintings and selling those paintings? When you have a desire, ladies and gentlemen, to do something, go all in on that desire and learn how you could do it, because every single thing on this planet that you can think of, somebody is making money off of it. You know what I mean? And so you can as well if you just decide to do that, and then you start to learn that process of how to do it, because success leaves clues. So once you pick one, whatever industry it is, guys, I encourage you, study the heck out of it. Okay, document your journey, like I was saying, on social media. You want to be on YouTube. YouTube is the powerhouse of this whole entire thing that I've discovered. YouTube's the powerhouse. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and then you can decide if you want to be on LinkedIn and Snapchat and all those other ones. So, and then after you feel like you are a professional at this industry or at that business or whatever it is, I encourage you guys, start yours. Even if you want to start it as a side hustle on the side. You know, maybe you signed an NDA and you're in Dallas, Texas, and you can't work in Dallas, Texas. This is a virtual world, guys. I live in Florida. I don't even operate business in Florida for most of my companies. We literally operate in completely different states because it's all virtual. You know, I have some of my company, one of my companies, I have over 100 virtual assistants overseas that I never even, I see them via Zoom, but like, it's such a virtual world, guys. Like, do not feel subjected to the area that you're at. So what I mean is, if you're in Dallas, Texas, and you have to sign an NDA where you cannot work in the Dallas, Texas, or maybe even the state of Texas, start studying other markets outside of that you can then begin your business. And then you can start your side hustle on the side, maybe in Florida, maybe in New York, maybe in Georgia, Arizona, wherever, right? So I live in Florida. I just closed on a property in Arizona on Friday. I've never even seen the house, you know? And so that's the world that we live in, guys. So I encourage you, definitely think broad when you do it. And then when you go all in, take massive action. That's the key to this whole thing, guys. When you go into business, so right now when you have a job, you wake up, you do your morning, whatever you do in the morning, and then you go to your job, let's say at 9, you gotta be there at 9, you work till 5, you bounce. When you go all in on a business, your business is a 24/7 baby, okay? It starts off as a small baby that you have to grow into a toddler, into a teenager, into a thriving adult that can pump money for you on a consistent basis that will run without you being there. That's the key, okay? Otherwise, you just have a glorified job, right? Everyone starts out that way, okay? And there's, the cash flow quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki talks about this. The E, the S, the B, and the I quadrant. E is for employee, S is for small business, B is for big business, 500 plus employees, I is for investing, okay? So when you're on the E and then you want to go into a small business, you're still on this side of the quadrant, AKA you still own a job, okay? Now you own your own job, but you still have a job. Then you go into B, the B quadrant, where it's a business. Now you have enough people in your company where they're really doing 95% of the work. You're doing the higher level stuff. And then you go into I, where you're an investor and you're starting to buy either other companies or other assets, whatever it is, grow your net worth. So that's the video for you guys. Those are my 3 tips on how to get started in business. Please let me know what you thought. Like this video, smash the subscribe button, leave a comment below. Let me know if you have any other ideas on how you can get started in business, or what maybe you've done personally to grow in that arena. And also let me know if you like this video or if you thought it was absolutely bogus and you don't like it. I would like to know that too. So thank you guys so much for following me, for watching my videos. Big Z out.